Welcome to Boss Up Goddess. I'm Elizabeth Ann Atkins, creator of this vidcast, Boss Up Goddess, Live Your Effing Potential. This vidcast is based on my new book called Boss Up Goddess, and it's all about teaching you how to live your greatest potential because I've spent many years struggling with a lot of different things, and I have compiled them into a book called Boss Up Goddess. And it's to teach other women how to use what I call my power tools to level up, raise up, boss up, and live your effing potential. Now, the title symbolizes the anger that I have felt when you finally wake up and realize how much time and energy you've wasted on certain things. I felt so mad. And I'm like, I have to stop these certain thought patterns, behaviors, and different things that are stopping me from living my greatest potential. Now, as I said recently, a lot of people look at me and they're like, what are you talking about? You've done so many things. And I have accomplished so much. However, my to-do list on my dream list is really big and really long. And I feel like I have to charge forward fearlessly and fiercely to make it happen. And because I've learned so many powerful things along the way, it's my obligation to teach them to you as women who want to rise up and out of wherever you are to become your best you, to live your greatest life. Now, this is a message that we hear all the time, but I'm doing it. And I have some special techniques that can help you. And I'm going to be sharing them here on Boss Up Goddess. When you read my book, you'll also get to learn all these different tools and techniques, in addition to engaging in different exercises that force you to go within. So I want to describe today, I want to start off by explaining what does it mean to boss up goddess. To me, boss up means be the boss of your life. Too often, we as women are socialized from birth to defer power to others. And then we wake up one day, hopefully, and realize, wait a minute, I don't need to do what they say I should do or what they think I should do or what they're expecting me to do. What do I want? What makes me happy? When you realize that you've sort of derailed yourself or muted yourself or stayed stuck because of all of these expectations, pressures, socializations that keep you small, you're going to just want to burst up and out of that. And that's how I feel right now. This time during the coronavirus pandemic has been tremendously transformative for me because I've been in sort of a cocoon. I've been working. We're publishing multiple books. I've been writing, teaching, coaching, doing all kinds of great things. But it's also enabled me to really look in the mirror, go within myself and figure out what needs changing. And then starting to do the work to make that happen by applying all of these power tools to reconstruct myself as I've been doing during these months alone. And so I want to share all these techniques with you. But the meaning of boss up goddess means to become a boss of your life. And one way you can do that is to speak up. Speaking up has been a major challenge for me in my life. I don't want to cause conflict. I don't want to make anybody mad. I don't want to upset anybody. And so I stay silent. And too many times that gives me a stomach ache or a headache. And I just, as they say, grin and bear it. But no more. Once I started to speak up and I just started expressing what I want, how I feel, everything changes. It's like it opens this gateway that you can step into where you feel empowered to do what you want to do and create what you need to do. And let me tell you, once you start to do that, the universe rewards you. Things just start to happen serendipitously, inexplicably, out of the blue, that reward you for standing in your power, creating that time, that space, that energy that's pure goddess. Now, the word goddess is rather mystical and mysterious and relates to mythology and different religions and cultures around the world. But for me, the word goddess means power. It means standing in your power, being brave, being strong, pulling on power within yourself that you didn't even know you have. And I'm deeply spiritual. I meditate, and I believe that meditation is one of our superpowers. And I'm going to teach you how to do that right here. But for now, just understand that there's power inside yourself that is untapped. It's infinite, limitless. And once you tap into it, you are going to just change your life, change your world, rock the world, rule your empire. But first, it's really important to get clear on who you are up until this point and what you want. My sister Catherine and I published some journals, workbooks called Power Journal, and it's based on 4 questions that you answer over the course of a month. Who am I? What do I want? What's blocking me? And what do I need to do to make my best life happen in real life? And so when you dive deep with those questions, you can figure out who you are right now and what you need to do to create the life that you desire and deserve. And so that starts with the most urgent things you want to change are probably highlighted right now by your pain points. What are the pain points in your life? Are you in a job that you just don't like? Are you in a relationship that you're not enjoying anymore or that might be toxic? Are you stuck in a certain thought pattern or behavior or even an addiction that you want to recover from, stop, and step forward away from? Are you just really mired in the failures of the past that keep you stuck and afraid to take risks for the future? It's really important to look at what is your major stress point right now or stress points and figure out how you can solve them. I've been doing that over the course of the pandemic, and it's been amazing because I noticed some things about myself that I really, really need to change, and I've been working on it. I strongly recommend that you get help to work on these things, whether it's from a mentor, a therapist, a coach, somebody who can help you look within yourself, because a lot of times we're not even able to see what's blocking us. We need to talk with someone and let them sort of observe and analyze us and see, oh my gosh, look at what you're doing. I've been working with somebody for many months now, and she has helped me absolutely transform my thinking, my behavior, my living. And I mean, it's like things are just blossoming that had felt so stuck. So the first step to bossing up goddess is to look within yourself and look at the pain points. What are your biggest stressors right now? And then work with someone who can help you figure out what they stem from and how you can resolve them and take action steps to repair and move forward. The second step to bossing up goddess is to deciding what you want. Decide what you really, really want. That could be things, but more importantly, it's qualities, it's characteristics within ourselves. For me, that's peace. That means feeling like I'm contributing in a powerful, influential manner to help people. It means being of service by teaching and publishing books and speaking and coaching. It means being prayerful. It means cultivating my spiritual practice that helps people in my immediate circle, my family, and the world. It means feeling creative and free to express myself on multimedia platforms That's what makes me excited, being able to share inspiring, uplifting, entertaining, engaging material with other people that help them, that enable you to step away with some nugget of inspiration or instruction that helps you live better. That's what makes me excited. What do I want? Health. Health is your wealth. So I do things every single day to cultivate wellness in my body, in my mind, in my spiritual practice. But it's time for you to think about, what do you want? And again, it's really great to know you want a Porsche or a mansion, but what do you want in terms of things you can't buy? What do you want in terms of things that don't have a price tag? Happiness, joy, health, peace. None of those things have a price tag on them, and you can't buy them in the store. You have to do the work, and that's what it means to boss up goddess. You have to do the work on yourself. This can be a quite solitary pursuit, and I really believe that the best way to do it is to spend time alone. But if you're in a household with other people or in a relationship, um, commit to some time by yourself, whether it's an hour a day or a retreat or whatever works for you. But it's in the silence, stillness, and solitude of self where we make our greatest discoveries. It's not always easy. Of course, we miss the engagement of other people, the laughter, the fun, the conversations. But unfortunately, in the mix of other people's energies, desires, agendas, we can lose ourselves. And that's been the story of women from the beginning of time, being of service in a family. And that's beautiful. But that service role takes over, and then there's no time for me. It's not selfish, but unfortunately, a lot of women feel that it's very selfish to take that me time. But fortunately, that term self-care is very vogue right now, and it's really imperative. Getting enough sleep, eating healthy foods, exercising, having a spiritual practice, doing things that make you feel happy and relaxed, whether that's reading or journaling or knitting, whatever you like to do. But it's very, very important to carve out that time for yourself where you can go within and figure things out and just shut out the noise. The world is so noisy, and we always have our devices that are feeding us information of what we're supposed to do and look like. And we get in that toxic comparison game of seeing people's lives that look so perfect online, but they're really just Photoshop photos and fake smiles sometimes. So, shutting out all that stimulation from other people and from media and going within and asking, what do I need to do to boss up to myself? This quest is not about other people because all the work starts within you. Now, I've been doing a lot of different work, which I share in the book, and some of that involves journaling. And when I was writing my other memoir, God's Answer is No, KNOW, Lessons from a Spiritual Life, I realized how much time in my life I had spent on things that sucked my energy and distracted me from joy and happiness, such as my long-term struggle with food and fat. When I read my journals from college and looked at how distraught I was, how I was so consumed by every calorie that I ate, how I would do hours of exercise, I would abuse laxatives to not gain weight. I was doing terrible things, and my mind was just really frantic about my food fat issues. And I wasted so much time and energy when I was 18, 19, 20 years old. And it really makes me mad. I felt guilty. I felt regretful. And so, in the course of writing that book, I literally sat down for an afternoon and I journaled. I have journals all over everywhere. I journaled, I forgive myself for, I forgive myself for, and I just kept writing all the things I forgive myself for, anything that was weighing heavily on my heart, anything that was holding me back, making me feel guilty, regretful, sad, mad. I let it go. And it felt like this tremendous weight lifted off my shoulders because I forgave myself. I was no longer carrying around all that angst. And when I released all that heaviness emotionally, it cleared space in my head, in my heart, for me to proceed with my mission, which is to cultivate human harmony. My mission in life is to cultivate human harmony, but I have to do that with myself first. And I feel a very special mission to help other women do that because there's so much chaos in our heads, in our lives, in the world. So I am on this mission to share with you all that I know and these tools that I use on a daily basis that help me feel amazing. So the next step to bossing up goddess is to create a lifestyle that you love and that enables you to power up into your mission. So, of course, that requires you to know what your mission is. And as you embark on this journey of going within and figuring things out, then you'll know, am I on the right mission right now? Am I truly living my passion and my purpose? If not, what is my passion and purpose? The pandemic is causing all kinds of disruptions in the workplace, in the home, in education. It's the perfect time to figure out a new direction so that when all this is over, you can step out of this oppressive state of the world with a strategy, a plan, a whole new you, a whole new outlook, a whole new business possibly. You could go back to school, you could start a business online, the opportunities right now are limitless. But in order to get started, you have to resolve all these issues within fear, anxiety, regret, fear of failure, stuckness over past failures. Now's the time to work on that. And Boss Up Goddess is the time and the place and the book and the vidcast and the podcast coming up that is going to help you go within, figure things out, and take action. I've been doing that and I'm super excited to help you. So I always keep thinking, when the Spanish flu pandemic struck in 1918, and it was horrific globally, it finally did end. And guess what happened? The Roaring Twenties, when people were so excited to be able to toss off the masks and go socialize and party, they literally called it the Roaring Twenties because everybody was just partying hardy because they were so excited. So imagine 100 years later, we're going to be doing the same thing. I'm so excited for that. However, the point is you want to boss up now so that when that time comes, you can just bust out and like be the goddess that you're meant to be in business, in health, in wealth, in your relationships, in education, in your spiritual practice, every level. My platform is all about a multi-pronged approach, mind, body, spirit, because they're all interconnected. And so I'm on a mission to share that all with you. I have another tip on how to boss up goddess right now. And that is for you to look back on your life. Look back on your life. Like when I wrote my memoir and I teach as a coach, I help people write their memoirs. When you look back on your life, there's two things that happen. First, you realize different patterns, habits, thinking, mistakes that you've made. And you can analyze them, assess them, understand them, heal them, release them. You can also look back and say, wow, I've done a lot. I earned this degree. I did this in business. I started my family. I did this, that, and the other. And I survived really difficult things, whether that was an illness, a divorce, a job loss, a move, whatever. Survival of different things, terrible things, is something that you should be proud of and that you should celebrate in yourself. So when you look back on your life, reflect on, even write out what you've been doing your whole life and to say, this is where I've been. So the beauty of doing this exercise is that it forces you to say, okay, here I am right now. This is all the stuff that got me to where I am today. Now, where do I want to go? You might not even know where you want to go. And where you ultimately end up, I hope, is somewhere even bigger and better than what you even imagined. However, here I am today. Where do I want to go at this point? And what do I need to do to get there? I saw something really cool the other day. It said we're living in the dash between our birth year and the year that we die. I've already written my obituary for my 100th birthday. And that exercise, which I learned how to do at the Graduate School of Journalism at Columbia University in New York City, that exercise is really important. I wrote my obituary because it enabled me to see what's the final story. And so this exercise today of looking back on your life, seeing what you've done, where you are now, and where you want to go, enables you to look at the now and the end. What do you want to do between now and the end? And sadly, the coronavirus pandemic has made us all acutely aware of how suddenly death can strike. There's something really tragic happening in the world as so many people are being stricken and dying from the virus. And it's forcing us to look at life and death in an urgent manner. My prayers go out to anybody who is grieving the loss of a loved one. And my prayers go out to anybody who has an illness themselves or has a family member or a loved one who's ill. I say prayers every single day for people all over the world to have wellness and all good things. So, this state of the world is the perfect catalyst to look at yourself and figure out life is short and we need to do as much as we possibly can to live our best lives for ourselves, for our communities, our families, and the world. But what is that? And when you boss up, goddess, you figure it out and then you do it. And it's so fulfilling. When I write books for myself and for other people, and when we publish books, the sense of fulfillment that we get for being of service, for sharing inspiring, educational, entertaining information is indescribable. You cannot put a price tag on it. What can you do that gives you that feeling? What can you do that makes you feel like you're being of service and helping people? Even if you're making them laugh, smile, maybe you're knitting blankets and they keep people warm. There's so many different things you can do. And it's different for everybody. But as a goddess, the mindset is you decide. You create the life that you want for you. If you want to have pink hair, if you want to have no hair, if you want to do whatever you want to do, your definition of how to boss up, goddess, is your definition. Nobody else can define that for you. And that's why this mission is so important, because so many people have tried to define who and what we are supposed to be as women. So, this exercise, looking back on where you've been and what you've done, where you are now and where you want to go, who you want to be, then use the power of your pen. Write out your dream life. Don't use the word realistic, okay? Yes, life is realistic. We have to pay bills. There are things we have to do. There are rules we have to follow. But write out your dream. Write out your dream, your grandest dream. If you want to be a movie star, if you want to have a private jet, if you want to open a mission that educates girls around the planet, what is it? Write it out. Something happens when you press pen to paper, it activates energy within yourself and in the universe. And when you really commit to it, serendipitous, seemingly magical things happen that help manifest your vision. But you have to believe in it. You have to believe in it. So when you write it down, you put that thought in physical form. So start there. This works. This helped me lose 100 pounds. This helped me get on the Oprah Winfrey Show. Journaling, or they call it scripting now, scripting what you want. So past, present, future, let's script it. You are scripting what you want to occur. I do this at night when I journal. I script what I want for the next day. And a lot of times it happens bigger and better than I ever imagined. When you write it out, I'm telling you, it activates something in the universe. First of all, it fills you with belief. So you start practicing faith, not fear, okay? Because a lot of times the things that we write about are scary. We're worried about them. So when you write out the best possible outcome, especially in a spirit of gratitude, then it really activates your faith and your belief that, yes, this is going to happen. Not everything that we want happens. Not everything that we desire has the outcome that we're hoping for. Sometimes it's for our best interest. A lot of times it's disappointing and sad. We just have to roll with that. But keep planning. And here's another really important message that involves boss up goddess. It's better to start than to stay stuck. I've spent a lot of time staying stuck on certain things because I was scared, I was confused, I was overwhelmed, I didn't know what to do. Then you just have to start. Start, start, start. Start by writing it out. Start by taking a class online. Start by reading a book on your topic. Start by going on a group and joining like-minded people who can help you have some new knowledge to guide you on your quest, whatever it is, whether it's to open a business or go back to school or start a support group, whatever your calling is, just start. Write a strategy. Be smart about it, but just take some action and that momentum will continue to build. Okay? I hope I've provided some things for you tonight to help you boss up, goddess, because these are all things that you can apply to your daily life that can enable you to live bigger, better, bolder, and live your effing potential. Living your effing potential is a really powerful statement because it conveys the anger that I have felt when you're not living up to your greatest potential, when you feel something's holding you back, but you don't even know what it is. Why do I keep repeating the same mistake? Why do I keep doing this, that, or the other? Why do I have this looping anxiety or negativity in my head? How do I get rid of it? Or how do I just live with it? What do I do? Answering these questions and taking action to resolve them is how you boss up, goddess. It's taking control of your mind, your body, your spirit, and really forging the life that you desire and deserve. I'm Elizabeth Ann Atkins, author of Boss Up Goddess, Live Your Effing Potential. And here on this vidcast and the upcoming podcast, it's my intention to teach you all the power tools that I use every day to build your best life. So I'll see you next time. And meanwhile, boss up, goddess.